Hi, my name is Kyle Newell, and the topic I'm going to talk about is ensuring legal communication. Legal communication is just communication that regards laws, regulations, lawsuits, avoiding lawsuits. And the first topic talked about is promotional communication. Promotional communication is just for advertising and marketing. It's basically just saying that the product offered is the product you're going to get. There's no false or deceptive advertising. Prices haven't been gouged or monopolized or set in a specific way to trick the customer. The second topic talked about is contracts. I work at an industrial distributor. We deal with a lot of contracts for a lot of big companies. The contracts usually consist of a certain amount of sales or sales of a specific type of product, binding the customer to buy that product from us. And in return, we sell it to them for a specific price, generally lower than we normally would sell things. These help protect our business from competitors, and it helps the customer protect their prices. Sometimes, we lose on the prices if there are certain agreements. Sometimes, the customer might not like the prices, but they're locked in a contract. It's just the way they work. The third topic talked about is employment communication. This mostly deals with discrimination against different genders, race, or disability in regard to the way jobs are explained or described. And that can run into lawsuits there if there's unfairness in the job description against different people. The next type talked about is intellectual property. It's basically just anything that you do for your company is the company's intellectual property. It's a little hard to understand intellectual property until you kind of really work with it. Any spreadsheets I make at work, or contracts that I see, or verbal contracts that I make, any of that is the company's intellectual property, regardless of whether I made it on my personal time. If it benefited the company or regarded the company in any way, it's their property, and I have no right to it if I leave, if I stay, and it can get pretty tricky with that. The next topic talked about is financial reporting. It's basically just saying that your company is reporting what they're making, revenues, profits, gross profits, taxes they're paying, and not lying to the government. Government's not too happy if they figure that out, and they will punish you, close your business. It depends on other things. Next type talked about is defamation. Similar to slander, libel, there's a bunch of different types. It can be in written form, spoken form, media, and it's basically just damaging someone's character, reputation, just lying about them or putting out there something that would just, for the purpose of damaging them, that's not true. Next thing talked about is transparency requirements. And that mostly deals with government's input in a business, making sure that regulations, even the minor ones, are being followed, regardless of whether they are dealing with profits or people or trade rules, international trade, tax. It's just kind of the overall view that the company is acting with integrity. That's really all I have. I deal a lot with contracts and I deal a lot with legal communication at my job. There's just a lot of stuff we have to be careful with. So we don't get in trouble personally, and I don't get the company in trouble. Like I said, it's just something we have to be extremely careful about in my line of work. Thank you.